again. I'm hoping it kicks in okay. I had to go back and change the orientation on it, so hopefully it's actually going through with the link. So I'm just waiting for it to come up on my iPad and then also just put it through on a different phone with TikTok. So I think it's working. Hey Nicole, how are you doing? All right, good. I think the link is working. So, and then I know other people will get notified. So I plan on doing a bag tonight. So I have just a couple scraps here of like the water resistant canvas I'm using. I didn't check the tension, so I'm just gonna check it right now. Hi Arnetta, how are you doing? The tension seams, yeah, it's super chilly here in New York too. We got used to like a few warm days, and like it's been rainy and like super dreary. All right, so when I just checked the tension, my reverse wasn't really reversing, and the last time that happened there was so much of like the fuzz from everything caught underneath, so I'm hoping that's just the case. I haven't sewed anything since I got back from Sew Whatever Studio, so let me put it back so you guys I can see better. I been carrying the same purse. I don't know if it's the same way for you guys, but for me, like I find that I don't always change out my purses as often as I should, especially with all the ones that I make. So I'm doing my own sew tonight for a new purse. The trip was so fun. Such a really good time. We drove out from New York City to, it's in Southern Illinois, Lauren's studio, like 15 minutes from St. Louis. So it was great. It was so many fields. I never realized how flat Indiana and Illinois were. Like I knew, I guess in my head I knew like Oklahoma, Kansas, but I definitely just didn't expect it there, and how many like massive farms we passed. But the drive was really good. Like everything went smoothly. I don't mind driving. I feel like in a different life I was like a trucker or something. So that was great. And then Lauren's studio is amazing. She has the industrial room set up with like anything that you could possibly want. How they set up the domestic room was great. Literally every single person and interaction was just so pleasant. Everybody was like friendly, happy, supportive of each other. So it was really nice because some people I met at like previously at So Magical Expos, but so many more new people that I met for the first time. So that was really nice. Hi Diane. Yeah, and like it was just, I think Lauren said there was like 90, so sold 90 tickets, so it was a smaller amount of people, so that was really great. I feel like I had a lot of good conversations. My class itself was okay. There was one little bit of trouble that the materials, I had never sewed on a Juki like TL series, and the machines were giving a lot of trouble going through the vinyls that I chose. When I had taught at Mojo Sews, it there was a couple people on the TL and it worked. So I knew that the new vinyls might give a little bit of trouble, but I really never expected the lace to have trouble. So I learned things for myself as an instructor. To even like maybe avoid vinyl and use like a water resistant canvas, or even like a clear vinyl where you don't need multiple layers. So it was good, and everybody was super understanding and were like, no, don't stress it. Like, it's probably like a bigger needle. But so that was really good for me to learn, because also, like, I sew on this Singer, which does have metal gears and is strong. So it goes through a lot of things, but I've also sewn on like my mom's. I'm looking behind me because it's behind me. It's like a basic brother machine. So that was really good. I personally learned a lot from it, and I think it will make me a better teacher. Oh, it's okay, Charlene. You have a TL and does not like vinyl. Yeah, see, I've never had a Juki TL. I've literally only ever sewed on this machine, and I'm reaching behind me for it. And this is like what I learned to sew on, which is just a very basic brother machine, and I've made bags on this one. And I just see the Juki's recommended so much that I really never thought there'd be a problem. I felt really, really bad, but like I said, everyone was super nice and understanding, so I think overall it went good. And like I said, it was a learning experience for me too. Charlene, yeah, well, don't feel bad, because I very much saw firsthand that it was giving. There was only like one person that didn't have trouble with it. So but yeah, and then what was really fun is, because it is close to St. Louis, we also turned it into like a mini vacation. And we did we went to a Cardinals game and went up the Gateway Arch. We went to, there's a National Historic Park for General Ulysses Grant, one of his homesteads. So we went and visited that, and that was right near the farm where Anheuser-Busch has their Clydesdale horses. So that was really cool to see them. And we went to the Cahokia, which is like the Native American mounds. So yeah, it was really awesome to turn it into a mini vacation, and then the sewing aspect. All right, I think I fixed the reverse. For whatever reason, it was giving me problems going reverse. So cleaning that out definitely helped it. And so what I'm working on tonight is my own pattern. It's the Addy Shoulder Bag, but I like wearing it as a smaller crossbody. So I just printed it at 85%. It's the size that I've been carrying, but I've been carrying it for honestly like at least 6 months. So it's starting to really, like, the corners of the vinyl are going, and the cotton woven on it is like picking up dirt and stuff. So I had ordered this fun Tula Pink fabric, and so I decided I'm gonna make myself a purse out of it. So I'm gonna do the front and the back for tonight, and then next week try to finish it. And so for the outside, I have the cotton woven, and I interfaced it with, I don't know if it's SF101 or the Profuse interfacing, because it's not in its original bag anymore. So it was one of them. And then when I was at Sew Whatever Summit, I picked up some of the water resistant canvas light from Lauren. So that is this bright pink that I'm using for the lining. So Lauren's studio is all industrial machines. They are 1181 and the 1541. There's a combination of both. But for the summit, she had industrial room classes and a domestic room class. And the domestic room class had the Juki TL 2010, and I don't know the other one. It's like QP 18, or I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like if I saw it, I would know it. But it had Juki domestics in it, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't expect it. The Jukis, because I see them recommended as like a semi-industrial all the time. I never thought that there would be trouble with it. So this bag has a front zipper pocket and then exterior, a front zipper and a front or back slip pocket. Sorry, I'm like, my brain is at 1,000 right now. So right now I'm just working on the back slip pocket. So my class had 17 people in it. I believe the domestic rooms allowed 18 max, and the industrial, I can't remember off the top of my head how many the industrial has. I want to say that it was like 16 maybe. Sorry, I'm keep moving because something is like poking into me, so I'm trying to get comfortable. Yeah, I had done the lace vinyls, which I had sewn on like my brother machine, and when I went to Mojo Sew Studio in November, there was a couple people that had the Juki TL, and we used lace there, and it was okay. So I'm not really sure, but like I said, it was a learning experience for me, and I'm actually teaching not the willow wristlet. That's what I taught at Sew Whatever Summit. I'm teaching the winter crescent bag, my puff quilt pillowcase, and the book bestie from Carolina Little Stitches out in July at Sewcations in Las Vegas. So I think it'll be good, and I'm definitely for the winter crescent bag not gonna put vinyls as an option. I'm gonna put the Majestic nylon that we have. Oh, thanks, Mary Lou. How are you doing? Yeah, even though it's rainy and chilly, I feel like the inside of my apartment tonight is like humid. So I'm definitely breaking out my t-shirts and tank tops. It's funny, when I was in like the classroom, even like all winter long, I always wore like tank tops because I was always hot. Alright, so this is gonna be the exterior slip pocket. So I'm just trimming the corners at an angle so I can make it easier to turn right side out. It's funny because we got back from the summit and then I went like right into work. So I feel like this weekend I was able to relax for a little bit. So I'm happy to be back sewing, and I've been trying to organize my craft room because I feel like stuff has just taken over. So I've been moving things around and trying to organize it a little bit better. Oh, Charlene, yay! I'll get to meet you in person. I'm really, really looking to Vegas. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it work, so I'm so happy that I'm able to. And what's nice is that because it's during the summer, I don't have to worry about working around my school schedule or taking off time. Oh, you're on Martha Vineyard? Yeah, today has just been, the past 2 days, yesterday here in New York, we had a ton of rain, and it was coming down so fast. It was like flooding the roads and everything. Today it's been, the morning was like that, but more like misty and cold the rest of the day. Oh, Diane, that's so funny. I'll show you, you're gonna laugh. I actually have all the bags of stuff that I bought at the summit here, still in bags, because I plan on making a video. I bought something from every vendor, I believe, except for, I think there was like a pop-up or two where the person had like extra class kits, but all the vendors that were there the whole time, and then a couple of the pop-ups, I was able to purchase something. So I'm going to put together a video just showing all the stuff that I got, because I'm super excited. And it was really cool to be able to shop Lauren's warehouse in person and just see all the options. There's just so much stuff to choose from. It's really a wonderful experience. I suggest that if you can take a class there. She does the the industrial classes all year long, to definitely take one, because it was just so awesome. Will I have a booth at Location? As of right now, no. We've been trying to figure out how to make it work to be a vendor. The problem is that we're in New York City, so to get all our stuff out to Vegas, it's either we rent a car and do that multi-day drive, or ship our stuff, which that option becomes really expensive. So I'm not sure. As of right now, no. But I am trying to see if we can make it work. Because actually, that's like one of my favorite things too, is just having the booth and talking to everybody that comes by. And one of my favorite things is people will pick out stuff and they'll be like, oh, this looks so good together. And it will be like zipper pulls or fabric, like things that I never thought about putting together. And I just love hearing people's ideas. And I'm a people person in the sense that I really love to talk to everybody, get to know people in person. Like, it was so cool to meet so many people that have found me through YouTube, and then to put a face in person to the name. Yeah, Diane. I tried to get everybody too. I think the only person I might have missed was Fran. I think had a pop-up that I saw later on that she posted about, and I didn't know that. But like Love Lola, myself, Weft and Warp, those pop-up vendors, I definitely went to. All right, so this is going to be my slip pocket. I'm going to center it. It gets centered on the main panel, and I'm using this rainbow cork. For this centerpiece, I didn't interface it just because it's going to have, multiple layers that I don't think this needs to be interfaced. And I just honestly find my centers by folding it in half. And I have a chalk pencil here. I'm just going to carefully mark. I love sewing with cork. It's like one of my favorite things, but because it's so pricey, I usually, whenever I use it, it's usually for a bag for myself that I'm gonna end up keeping. Oh, Charlene, thanks. Yeah, this line is just so cute. It's Tula Pink. I forgot the name. Tabby Road, I think it is. And I just thought it was so fun. I love cats. I love animals. So, super excited about it. Yeah, Mary Lou, if you can make it out to Lauren's, like, you'll have such a good time. It's just like everything that you could possibly think of, like thread, extra needles, double-sided tape, every size ruler, like cutting mats, the rivet presses, like you literally, I mean, obviously you can bring your own stuff if you want, but if you didn't want to have to carry anything, they literally have everything provided. Oh, Nicole, yeah, I love sewing with cork. It sews so nicely too, on my machine, and I also just like the the fact that it is like natural and renewable. I try to be really conscious with my sewing for as little waste as possible. I definitely cut down into keeping all my scraps. Oh, Mary Lou, yeah, I love cotton canvas as well. And then I do like the water resistant canvas, waterproof canvas, just for the fact of not having to interface. Oh yeah, so Charlene, she announces them. She has like two Facebook groups. One is called So Whatever. So if you're not in that one, definitely join it. And that's where like everybody can post. She posts about they called it So Whatever Summit. She also has another group. It's like Mormino fabrics and something. Like if you search Mormino, it will come up. And that one is specifically like only for her items that she sells. But in both places, she lists the summit and the monthly classes. You can also find them if you go to her website. She has the lists of the different industrial classes. I'm going to type it into her website in here to drop it. Oh, I guess I needed to put the www to make it clickable. Sorry, but if you go there, she'll have the class list. I forgot what the next one is going on sale, but there is a class going on sale on the 10th. And this is where it always shifts on me. I'm going to try to sew from the bottom working up to the top. Sometimes I turn it around and just because it's easier to have that long side. But then I feel like it shifts the pocket on me sometimes. Oh yeah, Nicole. So I'll have to, maybe I'll do like a little video of it. It literally looks like a hot mess in here. But I'm not embarrassed to show it. It's just hard to show it right now because of how the camera is set up. On TikTok, I think like I don't know, 2 years ago, I did one of like, here's what it looks like, and then I spent 3 days. So where I'm sitting right now is the machine, and I'm like looking at the window. To my left, I have two IKEA white tables. And right now I have a couple of like those plastic bin drawers underneath it. And I had a crate that had like all my my interfacing, my waterproof canvas, and leather in it. And in the closet behind me, I have a shelf, and I had all my vinyl. But the shelf is only like 10 inches wide, and the vinyl's all 18. So what I've been doing is I moved all the vinyl, stacked it vertically in this crate underneath the tables, and had put my interfacing that fits better on the shelf. So that's the first step. And I call it my craft room, not just like my sewing room, because I used to do a ton of Cricut crafts, like painting signs, doing vinyl, HTV, and I've done less of that. So underneath these tables, I also have like wooden boards and paint. So I'm really going through and getting rid of things, or just organizing better things that I'm not using or not using as often, and putting my sewing stuff more accessible, basically. Oh yeah, so I'm in a New York apartment. I mean, we're in the Bronx, so it's like slightly bigger than like, your stereotypical like Manhattan apartment. Um But yeah, I can totally make a video to show. The other thing too is I have a whole bunch of work paperwork, so I don't want to try to turn the camera up just because it has like information on it and stuff. But I agree. I think a lot of people don't show their stuff because if they're like me, their craft room turns into a hot mess. Like sometimes Jason is like, I can't even go in there because he's just so overwhelmed. Um, but yeah, I'll totally make a video and show what I've done because you're right. Like a lot of us are working in smaller spaces. Oh, Arnetta, you're going for Shanova's class. That's awesome. Have you been to her studio before? If not, you're going to have like an awesome time. And Shanova's so nice. I'm so happy that I was able to meet her in person at one of the expos. I might have to sew this the way that I don't like, and hopefully it doesn't shift too much. Oh, Mary Lou, that sounds beautiful. I really like Noodlehead's totes. I made their, but I think it's called the wax and wool one a few times. I think that's what it's called. It's like a larger tote and has like the slip pockets on one side. I really like the way her patterns are written too. Sorry, I'm just rethreading this. I apparently cut it too short or pulled it out or did whatever. Yeah, Yvonne. So that's our problem, or my problem too. I know where everything is. It just looks like a mess, but there's not a ton of storage places in our apartment. Like, there's not a lot of closets, and like the rooms are not that huge. So like that's the problem. It's like, where do you put stuff that doesn't necessarily have a home or whatnot? So oh, Diane, you're going to Shinova. That's so cool. You guys are gonna get to see each other. Oh, that's great. I'm so excited for you both. All right, so I have just sewed down the left and the right side, and I marked the center with chalk. I'm gonna double stitch it. I'm gonna sew a box. So basically go up one side, go across, come down the other. And I don't have any rainbow rivets. I like to put rivets in the corner for here. I did back stitch, and I think it's enough to hold it, but I just like the look of it, so. Yeah, Nicole, like my parents' house is like the same way. Their house was built in 1908, so it's like getting creative with your storage and what you get to hold everything. Yeah, Arnetta, you're gonna have a good time. There's a lot of restaurants that are not far from the studio. So that was cool. And stores, like any store that you could need are there. We got barbecue at Sugar. It was called Sugar something. I'll have to look it up. But it was such good barbecue. And then Lauren's husband, CJ, recommended this Chinese place in downtown St. Louis where they had all like, they hand pull all their noodles, and there's like a glass wall where you can see them doing it. And we went there one night. That was really good. Perfect. So I just added, this separates it. The slip pocket, I love having a slip pocket on the back of my purse because I like being able to put my phone there to access it easily, but it's against my body, so it's not so noticeable. So I'm also going to add, so this is like the centerpiece, and so we have a bottom, box bottom, and then a top part here. And so on the back of the cork, I put Profuse Stiff, which is from Wawak. It's not as thick or as sturdy as Decoville Light, but still provides like really great structure, and I enjoy it a lot. It does have like this plastic film on it, which I did not read the instructions and then didn't realize at first. So if you try it, make sure you remove that plastic film. But it also adheres like really quickly, and I find that you don't have to leave it like sitting like you do Decoville for it to adhere. Oh yeah, when you go to Lauren's studio for her class, not just the summit, you're able to shop her warehouse completely. And it's so cool. Like, all her stuff is on the website, but there's just so many things that I just either never found on the website or just didn't realize. And my favorite part was being able to feel everything, because she has the, like, for example, the water resistant canvas light, the Renew canvas, all different types of vinyl. So just for me, that was like the best part, trying being able to touch it and see what would work best for me. Yeah, I don't blame you, Arnetta. I really like, I'll order stuff online, but I definitely like to feel it in person. And I think most sewists are that way. That's one thing that we notice whenever we're vending, is how many people like to like touch everything, which I never have a problem with. So if we're ever vending, like, please don't feel bad. We tell people all the time, like, don't feel bad. So now I'm just top stitching along the bottom here. Yeah, Nicole, I noticed that I do it too, even with like clothes. If I go into a store, I'm always like touching them on the shelf. Yeah, Mary Lou, so that's what I plan on doing for the Winter Crescent bag. I actually taught the Winter Crescent bag at So Magical Expo a couple years ago, and I gave 4 options. 2 were out of vinyl, and 2 were out of Majestic nylon, which is our, the bonded nylon base. So I think for the Winter Crescent bag, I'm going to use the Majestic nylon and then waterproof canvas as the options. just because the machines that people will be sewing on are Juki domestic machines. So I don't want to do a vinyl option because I'm worried that they won't go through as well. And actually, when I taught at So Magical Expo, there was 2 out of vinyl and 2 it was Theratex, but it's basically the same idea with that nylon exterior, and it seemed to work really well. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm also going to give a water resistant option because I know some people don't like the slippery aspect of the bonded nylon. So that way, if people prefer the water resistant canvas, they could use that too. Sorry, I'm like paying extra attention because this part here is kind of thick, and so my presser foot wants to push it to the side and lessen the seam allowance. So I'm just trying to make sure that I keep it consistent. Oh, Yvonne, you're going as well? I'm so excited to meet everybody. I was really bummed that I couldn't make it last year. I forgot what month it was. I think it was in a month. Like here in New York City, we go to school until the end of June. Like our last day is usually the 26th or the 28th. I want to say it was in June or so close that it would have been hard. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can take a class too. I haven't signed up for any yet. The shoe class looks so cool. Last time I checked, there was some openings in that one for the night. I think it was Saturday night. So I might try to get, if there's still openings, I might try to get in on that. And I'm excited, like my favorite part too of these sewing expos is also just like exploring the area and turning it into a little vacation. So my parents might be coming out as well. And back in 2019, we went to Vegas together and did the Grand Canyon. So I'm excited to like explore new things that we haven't done yet. Oh, Charlene, you're taking the shoe one? Did you sign up for the, is it Friday or Saturday? The first one or the second one, do you know? I'm just curious. I think the second one is scheduled at the same time that, oh my gosh, Wingo is for my little shindig. And that's always fun to watch and see. Oh, Marilu, that's good. I think 5 is like a good balance. Because that's what some people said too, even at the summit. And I've heard at the other expos, like, people take too many classes, you know, and I don't blame them. You know, you want to fit in as much as you can while you're there. So I definitely think it's good to have a good balance of it. Alright, so this will be the back panel. So tonight I'm just going to finish the front panel, and then next week I'll work on the interiors. Because realistically, I probably will not work on this the rest of the week. So yeah, so this, I chose the pink, or the purple with the teal cap for the back. And then for the front, I'm really excited. I put this pattern with the little food cans. Oh, that's a good idea, Charlene, too. Yeah. I highly recommend, like, you know, mingling with everybody. One thing that I can say about all the sewing expos that I've been to is everybody's really nice. And I can be, once someone starts talking to me, I will talk a ton and be totally comfortable. But I always get like socially anxious to like walk up to somebody first. But at the sewing expos, everybody is just so friendly and interested in the same thing that it makes it really nice to talk to people, and for me, not quite as intimidating. Oh, thanks, Lady Fair. I'm super excited about it. I love cats, so I bought myself a quarter of each of the different things with the making a bag in mind, and then it just worked out so good with this rainbow cork that I've been hoarding for like probably like 2 years. Yvonne, you're gonna have a great time. I hope you enjoy it. The expos are a lot of fun. And like for me, like I don't have any friends locally that sew, or even if I go back to my hometown where I grew up, none of my friends there sew either. So it's really nice to have that community. And also, so many of us talk to each other, whether it's like now on lives through YouTube or watch videos or interact with each other through social media. It's just so cool to finally meet people in person. All right, so usually I base my zipper, but I'm gonna be lazy, and especially because it's for me, I'm gonna do the lining and the exterior at the same time. I'm just like flipping it to make sure that I have it the right orientation. I went to a quilt show this weekend in New York at SUNY Purchase. It was my first like actual quilt show, and that was really cool. They had so many quilts displayed, and just the talent was incredible. So that was a lot of fun to see all those quilts, and then they had some vendors, so we checked them out as well. And that was really nice because it was local, only about a half an hour from here. Yvonne, that's really sweet. Oh, Charlene, I like have anxiety too. Like it's a daily battle with me. So like don't, and a lot of people in the sewing community have it. So even if you feel anxious, don't let it hold you back from talking to people or interacting, would be one of my recommendations. Try to push through it because it's so worth it. And everybody's friendly. Like it's not weird for anybody to come up and be like, oh, you know, a few people came up to me at so whatever summit, and I never met them before, and they're like, oh, I've been watching your videos, and I was like, thank you so much for like coming to tell me that. Like makes me feel really good. Like it broke the ice, and yeah, don't feel shy, because I think all of us feel a little anxious while we're there too. Oh, Nicole. Well, hopefully you can find like an artist community where you are. I have friends that do art, but more of the traditional, like, you know, painting, drawing. I have one friend who's so talented at it, and she just became a tattoo artist, and her work is like impeccable. but I haven't really found too many back home. But there's also not a lot of like sewing places back home either, so. Alright, so I'm just doing the other pocket side, and I'm going to save my top stitching to do both sides of the zipper at once. And I didn't put my zipper pull on yet just because I find it easier. That's why I leave extra on my zipper tapes. Mary Lou, I like that. It's true. When you are around a group of people who have the same interests, it's really so exciting to talk about stuff because everyone probably feels very similar to how you do. Oh, that's awesome, Marnetta. They have like a modern quilting guild here in New York that I've thought about. The problem is that it's like down in the city and it's on Saturday mornings. And I am not a morning person unless I have to be. I think it would be my dream, like, if I could open up, or what I really want to try to do is look at maybe like renting space or trying to make connections with some of the local quilt stores here in New York City. There's not many, but there's a couple to try to either be able to rent out their space or teach classes. Like, I definitely want to try to do more local things. Oh, Yvonne, that's funny. It's a super small world. It's really funny how things like that end up working out. And New York City, I'm like trying to make it one of my goals. I need to find like the bag makers here. There's because like there's the fashion industry and stuff, but a lot of it is like clothing based. So I definitely need to find the people interested in bags, but it's definitely growing. A few years ago when I went to the fashion district, there was like maybe only one store that sold like some hardware and snaps. And when I went more recently, they now sell like zipper tape and a lot more bag making stuff than what they used to. Oh, that's great, Yvonne. Yeah. I love sewing or not sewing with friends because I don't really have any in person, but like crafting with friends. When I was growing up, one of my best friends and I were really big into scrapbooking, and we would get together and do all sorts of scrapbooking type stuff. So this is going to be the front pocket. So I'm just top stitching down each side here. I don't believe Times, so the fashion district is just a couple streets below Times Square, more towards the Empire State Building. There's a store, I believe it's called Pacific Trimmings. That may be the one that you're thinking of. That isn't far from Times Square. And that's the one that I've gone to. It's really good in a pinch if you need something immediately, but they're definitely charging New York City prices. Like some of the stuff you can find better quality, more affordable online through the custom groups. But I enjoy popping in there every so often just to see what they have. I realized I didn't change my my stitch length, so I only sewed maybe like a 3/4 of an inch in. I'm gonna have to rethread. My thread is like shedding, or like started coming apart like at the eye of the needle. So I think it was just like a little like defect in that part. Oh, that was so weird. I guess when I pulled this out, the bobbin thread just got pulled up through the eye of the needle. Hi, Karen. You're in New York City? What part or what borough? I'm in the Bronx. So there is a store in the Fashion District. I believe it's called Pacific Trimmings, which has started carrying more bag making stuff. The last time I went there, I noticed they actually had zipper tapes, and they have a lot of bag hardware like the D-rings, the snaps, purse locks, that type of stuff. And there was another one that had the word trimmings in it, but that one was closing the last time I went, and it was more geared towards like ribbons and I don't want to say like accessories, like almost like embellishments that you would put on clothing. But the Pacific Trimming ones does have the hardware and stuff. Is it M&? No, I think M&J is the one. You're in downtown Manhattan. Yeah, so M&J is one of them. I think the one that I'm thinking of is Pacific, though, that has more. Or I could be confusing them, but those are definitely the two. Okay. Oh, so M&J is closing. Yes. And then Pacific is the one that I have noticed more stuff coming into. I'm just being really picky about this top stitch right now. Like, I don't think anyone would be able to notice it, but I do that all the time. I'll find I start sewing and then I forget to change my stitch length. Thankfully, though, with the quilting cotton, it's not really noticeable. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look at her. I know she did a YouTube video of when they were here. Oh my gosh. Wait till you see what I just did. I totally just top stitched it with the lining going the wrong way. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it because I usually like top stitching through my lining, because I find if it doesn't, it kind of like bubbles up and then gets caught in my zipper. But because this is a vertical pocket, I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm not picking it out. No one will know but me, and now you guys who are watching this. And it's so funny, when I first started the lives, I used to get like so nervous and try to prepare for everything, and like, oh my gosh. But now that I've been doing them for a while, I'm like, all right, well, mistakes happen. We all make them. And it's become a lot more comfortable. Which is also good too. I know that when I watch YouTube videos, sometimes I like to see when the mistakes are made, so I know how to fix them. Oh, Yvonne, that's a great idea. Between them, so now that they're back to each other, I'm gonna do that. I think I have my double-sided tape over there. I don't know if it was one of you guys on here that recommended it, but the little rotary cutter from Dollar Tree, the 28mm one, I just bought one today and used it to cut this out, and I think that is like my new favorite tool. It was so much more maneuverable, I guess I think that's a word, when I was especially trying to cut out the cork, that I'm like, okay, I think I want to buy, although the Dollar Tree one works fine, I think I want to get like a better quality one with the small one. But I know it was somebody recommended them in my live. I just don't remember who the person was, because I think it was a few videos ago. Thanks, Yvonne. This is gonna work great. I don't like putting my zippers in with double-sided tape because the stickiness does bother my machine. But that was so smart to just have it there, so that way it will be like held. Oh, I'll have to check it out. And because I think Lauren's discount code is still valid. So I have this, we call them our tri-heart pulls. I have this matte rainbow. And this zipper tape is our over the rainbow tape that I'm using. It's my favorite teeth. It's both the thread and the teeth are variegated. But we only have the zipper tape left in the clear, like the TPU. I'm honestly really hoping that the tariffs drop so I can put in some big orders for zipper tapes, this being one of them, because I only have like a little bit, like you can see, like hoarded right here. I didn't burn this end with a lighter. I might have to. Usually I leave my zipper tape longer so that way, oh, there we go, I got it. So I don't have to burn the edges, and that way if it frays, like this one I'll trim down a little bit, and this one maybe a tiny bit, but I don't ever trim my zipper tape right to the edge of the fabric. Like I like to leave it in a seam. I do too, Yvonne. It's so fun, especially with the, you know, the TPU bags, pairing it with that. So this piece here is just gonna be the backing lining. So I'm just lining up this front pocket piece with that water resistant canvas. And this is my first time sewing with the water resistant canvas light from Lauren, and I'm really, really liking it. I still feel like it provides a good structure, but even thinner, so. So this bag I have written as a shoulder bag and larger, but I love crossbodies, especially like when I commute to work, I carry a backpack and a purse. So I love to be able to have my crossbody bag with a zipper on the subways, and then I don't have to worry about it with my hands. Alright, so I'm just going to base stitch all the way around just to hold that lining in place. didn't go right to the edge, but that's okay. I'm just picking it up and continuing, especially because it's just base stitching. It's all gonna get held together in a minute with the cork as well. I'm so excited. I have had this idea for this bag for a while. So I'm glad today I took the time to start cutting it out. I don't know if any of you guys do that, but sometimes I have ideas for bags that live in my head for like weeks or months at a time before I actually put them together. Are any of you working on, it doesn't have to be new patterns, but sewing anything that's fun and caught your attention? When I was gone for the summit, I really didn't pay attention to social media so much, so I feel like I'm finally just catching back up with different videos and different fabric groups. Alright. So now that it's basted, I am going to put the top lining and the bottom lining, and I'm just going to do that both at the same time. Oh, nice. I love so many creations. Jess is so nice and she's so funny. Her studio is, I think when I looked, like about 2 hours north of the city. I would love to go to one of her in-person retreats. From her booth, I bought the Mormino cork. At first I had seen, she had the cork that had just like this light shimmer that caught my eye, and then I saw this. So I think it's the same one that was in the box that they did together. But it was absolutely gorgeous, so I definitely snagged it up. This was my purchase from the So Many Creations booth. I'm just checking on the back because it shifted a tiny bit. So I want to make sure that with my seam allowance, I'm going to catch everything. Yeah, I wasn't able to get a project box at the time. It was just like too pricey for me at the time that they came out. But at the summit, she had her cork and Wizardry Stitchery had the thread that was from the box. So I got the thread as well because I love Wizardry's thread. I use their Tex 35. That's what I'm using right now. I'm using the rainbow one. I think it's Unicorn Mane, or their first rainbow one, not their second. Okay. I just was double checking because, like I said, right here it shifted a tiny bit, but it got caught completely with that. So, yeah. And what I love about their threads is their spools are so large that they last so long. I think now that I bought that thread that was, I forgot what they called it, but now that I bought that one, I have all their variegated, and I have most of their solid color. But I love variegated threads so much that if it matches my project, I always go to the variegated before a solid color. Sometimes when I cut my threads, because I never cut them, the machine doesn't cut it automatically. I have to manually do it in the back, but I just prefer the embroidery scissors. But I always cut them too short that when I go to sew the next time, it gets sucked up out of the needle. And the other thing that I like about this interfacing on the back, which is the Pro Fuse Stiff from Wawak, that it's so thin that you can see, I just eyeballed it. I didn't measure the seam allowance. So there are a couple parts, especially down here, where I sewed through it. But because it's so thin, it really doesn't add a lot of thickness to the material or give my machine too much trouble. So I just trimmed the tops of the zippers down to, I don't know, it's probably like a little bit more of a quarter, maybe 3/8, just so that way it hopefully doesn't fray, and it's caught multiple times. It's caught in my basting stitch, it's caught in this stitch here, and now it's going to get caught again when I fold these open to top stitch. Yeah, it's so it's called Pro Fuse. It's their brand. It's their brand of interfacing. So they have the regular Pro Fuse, which is like, to me, almost identical in thickness and weight to SF101. But it interfaces like so smoothly. I used my Cricut heat press and for like 10 seconds and it was perfect. This is their Pro Fuse Stiff, which a lot of people compare to their Decoville Light. I would say it's not quite as thick as the Decoville Light or as sturdy. I would think maybe 2 layers of this would be more like a Decoville Light, but it is that like, I don't know if it's polyester. It also has like not like a foam, like I don't know how to describe it. It almost reminds me not of cardboard, but it has like this texture to it that I've never felt with another type of interfacing to try to describe it. But like, I'm pretty strong and it, like, I can't rip it. So it is very, very durable. So I find that, like I said, it's a little bit less structure than Decoville Light, but if you can't find Decoville Light, and it's also way more affordable than the Decoville Light. And I think that was, it's like wider than it as well. So I do really like it, recommend it, and definitely worth a try. Oh yeah, so this right here, I have caught that in my stitch. So it is, well, when I fold it over, it's not going to be in the top stitch seam, but it's definitely in that 3/8 seam going across here. Like my machine has no trouble going through it. Yvonne, it was fun chatting with you too. Hopefully I'll see you in one of the groups or maybe next week. Yeah, Diane, I agree. It does adhere 1,000 times better. I use I have one of the Cricut Easy presses and a wool pressing mat. And I press it for like 10 seconds and it doesn't come up. Like it's really good. Whereas Decoville, especially on bags that get like birthed and turned, I've had Decoville start pulling off a lot. So there's a little overhang right here, which I'll just trim off at the end. And that variance is probably shifted when I was doing it, but also depending on your stitch that you use for your zipper, whether you use like a 1/4 or 3/8. Yeah, Wawak is, I really like their products, and they have good shipping time. Even now, like they charge now for their quicker shipping or whatever. But to me, first of all, they are in upstate New York and I am in the city, so it is quick. But even elsewhere, like they're really good about getting your order out in like 2 days at the most. I've bought like D-rings, some snap hooks from them, zipper pulls, and everything that I've gotten so far from them has been great quality as well. Also, their zipper tape. The one thing about their zipper tape, I've noticed it's more silky. The sides of it, not quite as sturdy. It's still sewed fine, and I think it works fine. It's interchangeable with all the size 5 nylon pulls that I have. It was just a different texture to the tape on the sides. Yeah, they're really, really good about it, Charlene. I've heard that too about people all over the country getting it really quick. All right, so this will be the front panel for my bag. And I thought this was fun. At first I was debating if I was going to use like the canned food, and then there's one with some spots for like the pockets and lining inside. But then I was like, no, this will be kind of fun to put it as like a little accent here. And then again, if you hopped on later, so this is the back pocket, this is the front. So I'm gonna stop there for the night. I try to do, you know, like an hour, give or take a little bit. So my plan is for next Tuesday, I am going to cut out the linings and the pockets for the interior, and definitely do the interior, probably put the whole bag together. Oh, thanks, Charlene. I'm really excited about it. I love bright colors. Like, if you look at the bags that I make or our store, I don't know. I just love color in general. So I think it's gonna be fun. And my mom makes fun of me, but I use like colors all year long. She'll look at this and she'll be like, "This is a summer purse," but even in the winter, I have bright colors. But it was so fun chatting with all of you. I really missed you last week. We did get home Tuesday night, but it was like 9 o'clock Eastern. So I've been really looking forward to tonight and chatting with you all. So thank you so much for tuning in. I agree, Charlene. The brighter the better. I love it, right? So I hope you have all have a great week. I'll be on next Tuesday, like regular, and I'll see you on social media if you're posting there as well. So have a good night and be safe.